Hello, Capricorn. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using the Morgan Greer Tarot. There's the contact information. It's from 1979, so it's pretty old. But if you want the information, just freeze the frame, and there you go. Supportive Oracle Cards. You Are Clairvoyant Oracle Cards by Belinda Grace. Illustrations by Elaine Marzin. There is a website on this one, rockpoolpublishing.com.au, if I can get it in focus for you. Same thing, just freeze the frame and grab that information as you want. .com.au, A is an apple, U is an umbrella. Hopefully the glare isn't too much there. Okay, what do we have for Capricorn? Now the cards, both decks, it's like they got jammed all of a sudden. I was shuffling them and then, I shuffled the first one and it just got jammed. It wasn't going to move any farther. And the same thing happened with the Oracle deck. All of a sudden it just got stuck, and I'm just like, okay. So there's a very defiant, this is what it is, we're not negotiating, here's what you got. They just got jammed. I don't know how to explain it. So whatever's coming in, they're just kind of it doesn't feel like a negotiable. It feels like this is what's going to happen. I am also noticing your cards are very positive. And you got the moon card again. Virgo had the moon card too. I'm wondering if this is a full moon thing. I'm not feeling the full moon energy here with you. It could happen on a full moon, but for Virgo, I was getting that real strong. I'm not getting that real strong for you. I am getting, though, that, you are just digging in your heels, and you're like, oh, this is going to work. I don't care if I have to get duct tape and tie two people to it to make sure it works out. It's going to work. It's going to work. This card popping up as your challenge card is you're strong. I don't think anybody who actually knows you would argue that you're strong. Don't let your strength double back on you, because what you got here is what you want. It is coming, but you want to enjoy it. That's why they're saying, I think, don't let your strength double back on you. When it comes in, you deserve to enjoy it. Have a good time with what you want. When it finally comes in, when your ship comes in, you should be in a moment to enjoy that and be happy and, and rejoice with your labors, the fruits of your labors. I did this. This is mine, and I'm happy and thankful and enjoying it. If this doubles back on you, you might be ticked off when it comes in, and you'll still enjoy it, but you'll also be ticked off at the same time and kind of getting over that energy. So we'll taint it a little bit. So that's why I think they're saying don't let your strength double back on you. When something good comes in, you've been waiting for it, you should enjoy it to its fullest. Not let something else that's got under your skin, pull some of your energy over to the side. That's not necessary. So I'm hoping this reading's going to give you pointers on how to stop that, because I get your outcome is really good. You're getting what you want. It's an effect that you've had before. This seems to be a repeat situation. Something you've done before, it works out the way you want to. It might have been a while since it's worked out the way you wanted to, but finally it's working out the way you want to again. It seems like this is a situation that repeats. It's this isn't the first, second, or third time. It's it repeats quite often. It just doesn't always work out the way it should. This time it is working out the way it should, and you're going to be very much love the outcome. You definitely have judgment in your favor too. So it's not just the Two of Cups, but the judgment in your favor. Things going with the way you want. There's a lot of positive energy. I haven't even touched the other side yet. So all right. I don't know why I'm we got this. I don't know what the card is behind it, or do I? Ooh, it's success. 6 of Wands. Because I'm the Emperor, the Emperor is very formidable. You have the strength to deal with the Emperor, but I'm not seeing a battle on your side. And I'm if the Emperor's there and they don't agree with you, but then they got success behind them. I think the Emperor is kind of looking at this it's time for the Capricorn to get what they want. It's time for the Capricorn to be happy. It's it's almost it's the Capricorn's turn to win, almost. It's almost like somebody else. One moment. Can you get down, bud? Oh, yeah. Have fun. Thank you. All right. Okay, so I know that they're looking at this like it's your turn to have fun. The cat hair's everywhere now. Really, I have to comb him out again. Apparently, it's more than that. It's not just your turn. It's not even that you're due, because I think you're overdue probably. Because I'm seeing this as the challenge card. They think that things are going to start. There's going to be bigger problems here if you don't start getting something you want. If we don't start moving this more in the Capricorn's direction, the Capricorn's not going to play anymore. The Capricorn's going to get very difficult. The Capricorn didn't show up just to be somebody else's, slave. The Capricorn came to make things work out for themselves too. So we're going to get stuck here if we don't make this work out for the Capricorn. And I feel like that's what's really going on here. That's the success. They're like, if we push this towards the Capricorn and give the Capricorn not only what they want, but what they expected anyway, this could go a lot better. They're seeming to think, somebody seems to think you're going to become a problem if they don't start catering to you a little more. And not for nothing, if somebody, people only get so far, and then you when you've had it, right? So it's like they're sort of seeing that. Queen of Pentacles, Five of Pentacles? Okay. The energy's like, it's a little dodgy. I'm really not connecting easily to like what the motivation is on the other side. What comes through easily is that somebody's going to your favor, somebody's giving you what they want, somebody seems to have the ability to make sure this goes where you want it to go, where you believe it should go anyway. It's kind of like that belongs over there, and they're like, okay, let's put it over there. So they help you make that happen. They keep other people away from distracting it or causing an issue. But I'm not really sure about the motivation. I don't know if it's good, bad, or indifferent. It's coming in a lot of different ways. Some people, they want something else later, so they're trying to butter you up for something later. For other people, they feel like, you haven't gotten, you just haven't gotten your fair share, and they just want to make sure you get compensated for something that you deserve. So it's like one side is like they want you to do something later. The other side is like you've been doing something and they want to make sure that they keep you happy. So it's like I feel like I'm in the middle, but maybe that's also this situation, because maybe it's both. For some of you, maybe it's both. You're long overdue for a payout, but they also want more from you in the future, so they're trying to keep you in the cycle. They're trying to keep you in, like, churning in the butter here. Churning in the butter. I don't know why I'm saying that. Like, because I feel like I'm churning in the butter. Like it's a lot of work. And it's really good, but it's a lot of work, and it's like past, present, and future all seems to blur. It just seems like it's a constant, never-ending story with this energy over here. Your energy makes more sense. This energy, I don't know what to do with this. This doesn't make sense to me. Like, I feel like there's very conflicting energy we were dealing with, too. It's like, one day it's that way, the next day it's that way, and then we pick a whole new direction. I was like, up. When did up become an option? When did that happen? Down? Now we're going into the earth. Like, what? What are you talking about? Like, these are crazy different ways. Like, things do not seem like they make sense all the time. They seem to just pull left moves on you. Left turns, if you want. Whoever these people are. Your energy feels like it makes more sense. Like A plus B equals C. And it's dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Their energy is like, hey, how about we put like a comma in there? And you're like, that's not a variable. Well, we're going to use it now. And then we're going to put a letter in there. And you're like, oh, great. Now we're doing calculus? What's happening? Like, what? Oh, wait, we were doing calculus. But it's not it's not ABC. It's like ZQF. And you're like, what? Like, we don't even work with that. This energy is like all over the place. It kind of makes me feel like I'm all over the place. I'm trying to like get a hold of it. What goes forward is like things need to stabilize more. I feel like you're gonna have to just stabilize the outline. Like, you're just gonna have to stabilize your boundaries with this. I feel like that's what this is saying. Like, you might just have to be stabilizing your boundaries, what you will and won't do, and how long you will do something. Because I'm getting like, especially in the future, things seem to be very random. They don't seem to be going by a plan as much as they should. This was like, it's almost like next Tuesday we're supposed to do this, and then Tuesday comes and they're like, oh yeah, we changed that, don't worry about it. And you're like, what do you mean don't worry about it? I was planning for that. The best you can do is stay within your boundaries and kind of like, well, I'll do what I can, but I leave at 5 and that's it. I'm not breaking my back because you people are crazy, and I don't even know if what you're doing is going to lead to anything worth it. If I'm centering more on your energy, that energy, the other energy you're dealing with, it's all over the place. It just kind of took me for a ride. You look at this energy and you see it. You're like, yeah, I don't know where they're going. I don't know from one day to the next what they're going. Like, they don't seem to have a pattern. You're trying to find it, but you're not seeing it. Judgment does go in your favor. You do seem to be taken care of by this energy because they want you there. So judgment in your favor, 2 of Cups. You are cared for. But I'm getting like, this again goes into this whole cycle thing. Like, you are taken care of, but things don't... I feel like things rarely work out the way they should. Coming up, this will work out the way it should coming up, but it seems very rare that it really works out the way it should, at least for you. I'm getting like they're just trying to help you hold healthy boundaries. Don't overwork yourself for this. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Okay, so this card is hidden. This is the 5 of Wands. You have arguments that are possible here, but this is again where I said don't let your strength hold you back. You can hold your ground. You're very strong. I just don't think anybody who actually knows you would legitimately question that. But they're saying this, this energy is random. Like, it took me for a ride. Like, I feel like I was taken for a ride when I was reading it. It's crazy. There's no real winning with it. Like, there's no stabilizing it. There's no winning with it. As long as you have to deal with it, just create stabilize your boundaries. I only work from this point to this point, and I only do this type of thing. Like, it's almost like somebody saying I don't do windows. Like, I don't care how dirty your windows are. I told you I wasn't doing them. I'll do the floors. I'll do the cabinets. I'm not doing your windows. And that's it. And that just hold your boundaries. Don't try to figure out a plan. If somebody tells you next Tuesday we're going to be doing this, this, and that, always remind yourself, we'll see. Like, remind yourself who's talking to you and who said this to you, or who's actually in charge. Remind yourself who's actually in charge, because I feel like things go random all the time. Don't get held like, okay, I'm looking forward to doing this Tuesday, or I'm preparing myself to do this Tuesday, because Tuesday is going to be a whole different thing. Just, I end work at 5. Whatever's done is done. Whatever's not is not. I'm not going to kill myself and break my back over this, because we change our minds so often. If I put in the extra work to get something done, then they scrap it, I'm really going to be ticked. Like, I break my back, work overtime, do all this stuff to get this done, and then they're like, we decided we didn't need it. Unless you like the overtime. I mean, if you want the overtime, that's your business. But if you're doing that as well, kind of be like, all right, I'm getting the money for overtime. Don't get caught up. That's hard for a Capricorn. Don't get caught up in the actual job you're doing. Just be centered on the overtime you're getting, the money you're getting for it. Because I get this thing where you're going to be doing some extra work for something, and they'll be like, oh, we decided not to use that. And it's going to be like, I put a lot of effort into that, and now they're just throwing it away. Capricorns don't put their efforts in things just to have it thrown away. You don't put your effort into a possibility. You put your effort into something you're going to make happen. I feel like they're trying to give you a heads up, like, just see where this is going, because I feel you putting in a lot of work, and it's just getting scrapped. It doesn't have to be a work thing, but whatever it is, it feels like that. It feels oriented like that. Like, you put a lot of work in, and then they scrap it. And that's why they're also saying, like, center on something else. Like, if you're not getting extra money for this or something else out of this, don't push yourself to get a lot done for this situation. Go at the pace everybody else is. See where it goes, and don't get over invested with it, because it keeps changing. That energy is constant. That's like the most dependable thing, is that it's all over the place. That's the most dependable thing. It's all over the place. I think that's what they're really trying to give you a heads up on before it drives you nuts and ticks you off. Don't let your strength double back on you. You know what I mean? See it for what it is, and don't overinvest in it. Again, because I'm knowing a Capricorn that they had that attitude. This was like a couple decades ago. I knew this person. They had that attitude. Like, I don't know where they're going with this crap, but as long as I get time and a half, I'll do the overtime. I'm just not going to worry about what they do with what I do, with what I make. And they were fine. I don't know what the outcome was with that, but I feel like if you're kind of like putting effort into something and you're like looking for it to go somewhere and then they scrap it, it's going to tick you right off. So see it before it happens. You know what I mean? Center on something else. Either get something else out of it or just don't break your back over it. Don't do it. Are we good? Good. All right. I'm going to shut this down here. I hope that helps. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.